The other thing is these blogs have the possibility to investigate stories, like you mentioned with Dan Rather, and this was blogs which continued to push at this story. If you recall, it was the National Guard story that Dan Rather and his producers ran into trouble with. So they were able to do some investigating of their own and bring some information to light. But really more than that, and you have some cases of that, blogs doing a little investigating. But I really feel that that sort of reporting is still being done by journalists, by trained journalists. There aren't many bloggers who are tracking down lots of new stuff. But what they can do is they can continue to go over the same story again and again and again, day after day. They can keep the conversation running. If your students are looking for an example, I think the Webb campaign, the Senate campaign in Virginia in 2006, where Senator George Allen was caught making what many of us consider to be a racial slur. And what these blogs were able to do is just talk about it again and again, day after day after day. And one of the big readers of blogs is journalists. And journalists saw this and felt there was more interest out there and could then turn to a story and rewrite more stories about that episode with George Allen and keep it alive in the media. So there's this sort of playing off each other. The two seem to need each other.
Yeah, there's almost like a feedback loop. I mean, the mainstream media is actually getting feedback that they've never gotten before.
Yes,
it's become, even mainstream has to become more interactive in a way.
Yeah, very much so. And a lot of journalists don't like all that feedback. It's hard to process a lot of feedback. You get 100 emails from a story, it takes a lot of your time. But I think in many respects it's a good thing, and it clearly, to me, has influenced news judgment in several interesting cases. So it's a funny sort of thing. You have people going on these political blogs saying, I reject the mainstream media, and yet the two really do seem to need each other. So.
Well, thank you so much for your insights on blogging. It's been great. I know the students will really like it.
Very happy to be here and invite them to send me email or talk online if they have any questions.
Yeah, we're going to have Professor Graf do that this week. And all of you, I will see you in the blogosphere.